Vinny Tortorich here. Hey man, if you're a fan of Izzy, you might be a fan of me too. I'm the guy that gets people to lose a lot of weight. I have something free for you guys. This is no clickbait. Just go to VinnyTortorich.com and there's a big banner. It's a free PDF, how to lose weight. It's an intro guide to NSNG at VinnyTortorich.com. Go check it out exclusively for anyone who listens to Izzy Presley. Thank you.
Replay Guitar Exchange is your premier independent guitar store. Being independent is good. With all of the major brands, including new, vintage, and pre-owned, you can find the guitar, bass, amp, or accessory you are dreaming of. From vintage to the newest models, Replay Guitar Exchange can help you find that perfect piece. They have industry veteran expert staff, all players like you down to the owner. You aren't just getting a great guitar, you're getting the Replay difference. Find them online at replayguitar.com and find your dream guitar today.
Hey ladies, Sass Pants Designs will take that rock shirt that everyone has and make it your own in a flattering, sassy, and simple way. There are one-of-a-kind tank tops, lace-up tees, and tube top dresses already in stock. Check out the online store at sasspantsdesigns.com and like Sass Pants Designs on Facebook for special offers and custom orders. That's sasspantsdesigns.com, sasspantsdesigns.com. Sass Pants will make you the envy of the party.
RockstarLeatherworks.com is your home for badass rock and roll gear. Featuring 100% handmade leather bands, watches, cuffs, bracelets, and more, Rockstar Leatherworks has something for everybody. Whether you are going to the show or you are in it, you can find something to fit your needs. Choose from a variety of designs or create your own masterpiece. Their bands and watches are second to none. They also ship internationally. Who needs a stage to be a rock star? Check out RockstarLeatherworks.com.
Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dirt fucker!
Party time!
Yes, it is party time. Hello, Hollywood. Hello, world. And hello, my loyal minions. It is good to see you, and it's always good to be seeing Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. How we doing, everybody? It's been a while. I haven't done a show since I got back from Canada. And we'll get back into things. Get back rolling again. Make sure you guys hit up all of those great sponsors, and hit me up on the Twitter machine and the Facebook and the Instagram at Real Izzy Presley, and of course the show page is not Real Izzy Presley. That's everything else. Can you got it now? Is it going so good? A little bit. You can't hear anything. Holy shit. All right. Well, we'll work on that. You guys can't hear her yet because she is muted at this time. Another effing podcast is, of course, the show page. T-shirts are available. Make sure you click on that link on the show page. And also, posted to the top of that link is that Donate Now gimmick. That's right, folks. If you don't want my horrible merchandise, you can absolutely donate to the show. The PayPal link is up on top. I also accept Venmo, Carrier Pigeon, all that kind of good stuff. In studio right now, we got Eliza James, and we're going to get to her in just 1 second here. Make sure you guys go. Hey, if you're a metal fan, the Mega Cruise is coming up in October, and I'm very, very excited to be on that, doing a Cruiser Jam and hosting karaoke with my good friend Brian Ott, DJ Beef. It is fucking Megadeth, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Testament, Queensryche, Suicidal Tendencies, Dragon Force, Overkill, Death Angel, Corrosion of Conformity, Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons. Doro is on the boat as well. Devil Driver, Armored Saint, John 5, Metal Church, who rules, Beasto Blanco, who fucking rules, Tooth Grinder, Metalachi, and Mechanics. You can get on the boat. There is still chance to get on the boat. It's next month. It's October 12th, I believe, is the pre-party. That we sail out on the 13th and get back on the 18th. So you can get on the boat. You still got nothing?
Yeah, I don't hear you.
Really? That's weird. Hold on. Let's try this. Let's try that again. Nothing?
Test. We can do it without these.
You don't need them.
I don't need them.
Oh, okay.
I don't need them.
So you missed that amazing intro. You missed all that kind of good stuff. Oh, well. That's all right. That's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, you can tell I cleaned my room. I made my bed and I took a shower because I have a female in studio today.
Hi.
Eliza James. She plays violin with Burt, Bacharach and Paul Anka and this great new it's a quartet, right?
Yes.
Quartet 405.
Yes.
I believe it is, yeah. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while.
Dude, it's been crazy. I'm doing good. I've been super busy, which has been really nice. You know, you can never complain about work because work is great. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff with my quartet, and we just shot a music video on last Thursday, which was awesome. Yeah.
Dude, that's badass. And of course, we know each other. You also...
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not?
Cheers.
Cheers. Hold on. I got to get some for myself. Water, of course, because we only drink water on this show.
Oh, yeah. It's all water, right?
It is all water, absolutely.
Water-based.
So, one of the reasons I did want to have you on is because, well, you're fun, and you're funny, and you're super fucking talented, but there's a lot I don't know about you. I don't know a lot about your history. Cheers. Water. Delicious
good.
water. Where are you originally from? I don't know if we've ever gotten into this.
I was born in Yeovil, Somerset, England.
What? Wait, whoa. Whoa. You were born in England?
Yes.
Holy shit, I did not know this.
Yep.
Because there's no accent.
Yeah, I moved when I was very young.
Very, very young, obviously.
Very, very young, yeah. My father's side of the family is all British. So.
That makes a lot of sense.
Do I look English?
No.
I've been told that before, actually.
It's your teeth. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke, because British have horrible fucking teeth, and you do not. You do not. So, oh, God, we got Scotty checking in from Canada already. Take off, Scotty Strickland.
Hi, Scotty.
How you doing? Isn't Jack holy water? That's a good point. He does have a good point. Jack Daniels is kind of holy water.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so you moved here from England at a very, very young age.
Very young age. I was actually born in the town I was born in. I've been to maybe once or twice after I was born. Yeah, it's very small, and it's very cute though.
That's what she said.
Like thatched roof houses and sheep everywhere. But yeah, it's in Somerset in south west England, kind of near Wales.
Have you have you been on tour there and just go, oh my God, I got to go to this town?
I did get to go there once. Yeah, my uncle picked me up and took me there. So
oh, dude, that's amazing. Because I just had the last guest I had on was Matt Fuller.
Yeah, good friend Matt.
Yeah, our good friend Matt Fuller, and he was in I think he was born in like Italy or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they were on tour and he had a chance to go see outside of the military base. Yeah. And the little town that he grew up in. He said it was pretty fucking cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, Matt and I go way back. We're hiking buddies, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Darcy
he kicks my ass.
Well, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. Darcy checking in.
Hi, Darcy.
Ask her for her real name and how many siblings she has.
Wait, Darcy. Which Darcy is this?
Darcy Ladrette.
Hi, Darcy. Yeah, so you know my real name. And,
I don't.
And I have 10 siblings, or 9 siblings.
Holy shit.
There's 10 of us, yeah.
10 of you?
Yeah.
Are you, where are you in the spectrum?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest?
Yeah.
And you're only like 27?
Right.
Are you the only musical one in the family?
No, there are quite a few of us who play music. At one point, we had like 6 kids that played violin.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All of them violin?
Yeah. Well, we had like 6 on violin. I think we had a trumpet at one point, cello, guitar. My parents were really into us trying things, and they were really just encouraging to all, try music, try sports, try whatever you want to try. Mm-hmm. You got to try it. And so, yeah, but kids when they're younger, if you're the older sibling, they're like, oh, I want to be like her. I want to play violin. So, yeah, we had a lot of violins for a while.
A lot of. Oh, he also says, "I love you" with.
I love you too, Darcy.
Ah, he must be a hoser as well.
Yes, he is.
Nice.
Congratulations on your new baby.
Aha! There you go. Oh, congrats! Nice work. I just got back from Canada. I was in Toronto for a week. My liver is not happy about it. I was up there hosting the Killer Dwarfs charity golf tournament. And,
nice.
So it was basically 1 day of golf and 6 days of drinking. Okay, 7 days of drinking.
7 days of
including the golf. But, we went to the Hockey Hall of Fame, and
that's cool.
Then we went to this place downtown Toronto. It was like a museum. They had the Kirk Hammett movie poster display. 'Cause he's got all the old school. He collects the old horror movie posters and all that shit.
That's cool.
So that was kind of cool.
I used to be in a band. Speaking of horror movies, I used to be in a band with Cody Carpenter. John Carpenter's son.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Really? What kind of band was this?
Prog rock.
Aha.
It was me, Zach Throne.
Oh, I love Zach.
Oscar Seaton on drums. Although Kevin Stevens was our drummer for a while, too. Derek Frank was also in our band.
I love Derek Frank.
Yeah. All our fam, all our jam fam.
All our family, yep.
And, yeah, we had a really, really good band. It was great.
How long ago was that?
Oh, God, 2005?
Okay, 2005, so you were 12.
I think we did Sundance in 2005.
Really?
Or maybe, I don't know. It all runs together. You do so many gigs after a while that you forget.
Well, it's funny is because I've been out here for a little bit over 6 years. 6 years and change. September 1st was my anniversary. And it's like all the people that I've met in these 6 years, like you don't realize how long they've been doing what they do, and you just learn new shit. I mean, I didn't know that. I had no fucking idea. Granted, when I was going through your Facebook page trying to find a photo, I was going through your profile pics. I'm like, Jesus, 2008.
Yeah, dude, I've been here since I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
So did your family move here?
No, I actually moved here on my own. I was a nanny for my violin teacher. And I moved here when I was 15 and a half, 16. Yeah.
How did mom and dad feel about you moving to Los Angeles at 16 years old?
I don't think they really understood what was happening at the time. I just sort of told them what I was doing and was like, yeah, so I've gone as far as I can musically at this point where we are. And
where were you?
Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. So I moved England, Philadelphia, Tulsa, then toured a bunch, then moved here.
So you were already touring when you were
when I was 11.
Jesus Christ! Who are you playing with when you were 11?
I was with this amazing group called the Ottawa Suzuki Strings, and we went all over the world. And we were basically ambassadors for the U.S.
Okay.
And we went to other schools and performed for the kids there. So.
Yeah, well, I've been to Sheboygan. Jesus Christ, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think that's where I got my touring bug. Actually, I remember one instance. I was in London. We were playing at the Barbican, and we were staying at this host house, and they were very nice people. But I got really, really homesick, and I remember being 11 and just crying, and the hosts are trying, oh my God, are you okay? And they called my parents, and my mom said to me on the phone, she goes, well, do you want to come home or do you want to play the concert? And I said, well, I want to play the concert.
Well, of course. Yeah.
She goes, we'll always be here. You got to play the concert. And then after that, I was fine. I always knew it was okay for me to come home.
Right.
But got to play the concert. Show must go on.
When did you get that bug about playing in front of people?
Oh, man. I remember when I was about 4, we had I think I was 4 or 5, I don't know. I was young. And we had just moved to Oklahoma. My dad had got a job there, and he's a doctor.
Okay.
And we had just moved there, and we were like waiting for a house to be built or something, waiting to buy a house. I don't know. I was a kid. And so we were living in this apartment complex, and one day I just decided, I was practicing, and I just decided that it would be cool to go play for some people. So I left without telling my mother or anyone, and I walked around the apartment complex, and I knocked on everyone's door, and I said, hello, my name is, my full name is Elizabeth. And I said, hello, my name is Elizabeth. I'm going to play for you now. And I performed for everyone in the apartment complex.
That's fucking amazing.
And my mother had no idea where I was and freaked out.
Of course.
And I came back with like stuffed animals and cookies and all kinds of stuff. Because, you know, cute kid playing violin for you, shows up on your doorstep. Yeah. So
a little bit different than trick-or-treating.
Yeah. And I told her, she goes, where were you? And I said, Mommy, I was gigging. I don't even know where I knew that word from. But yeah, I was working, you know. Doing my thing.
At 4.
Yeah.
When did you start playing the violin?
Around 4. Yeah.
Did you pick it up that fast?
You know, I saw Itzhak Perlman play on Sesame Street when I was really young. We didn't have a TV when we lived in Philadelphia. So we'd walk like a couple blocks to my grandparents' house. They had a TV. My parents were like, you need to read, not watch television, you know, that kind of thing. But we'd walk over there every day, and I got to watch Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. And on Sesame Street, Itzhak Perlman was the guest. And I was like, Mom, that's what I want to do. I want to do that. I want to play that. So that was it.
And did it come to you pretty quick?
I think so. I just remember, never having my parents ask me to practice.
Oh, wow. So it was all self-driven.
It was completely self-driven. In fact, I used to sleep with my violin.
Wow.
When I was a kid. My mom was like, you have to put it away. I'm like, no, I don't want to put it away.
Dude, that's amazing. That's so
yeah.
good. That was almost my first instrument.
Yeah?
Yeah. Middle school, I think it would have been 5th grade.
Yeah?
5th grade.
4th, 5th grade is generally when they start you.
And they said, you know, if you want to be in band, show up and fill this out and tell us what you want to play. And I wanted to be Charlie Daniels.
Nice.
And then I showed up. It's like, well, we don't have you on here. It's like, oh, all right, well, I guess I'm not doing this. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Oh, man.
Then when I was 13, I got my first guitar. And we all know how well that goes.
The end of the story right there.
We all know how good I am with that.
No, but you know what? Learning an instrument it should be accessible to anyone.
Oh, really. I agree.
I think that no matter if you are professional with it in your life, like when I taught for a long time and consider teaching again, but I'm on the road a lot. And when you have students, you have a responsibility to them. And I take that responsibility very seriously.
As well you should.
You know, especially with kids, you can't be subbing out lessons all the time and changing the routine and everything. So, but I had 35 private students.
Oh, wow.
At one point, yeah. All under the age of 13.
And how old were you at this time?
I was in college.
You were in college, and so you're dealing with young kids.
Young kids, but, you know, I grew up with kids.
Oh, yeah, well, I suppose, you know,
I've been a
siblings.
mini mom for most of my life.
Right. Well, I suppose, though, I mean, at that time, and kids that are learning the violin, these aren't like, you know, ADD thugs. You know, these are usual. Well, you know what I mean. I think for the most part, the kids that go towards like the string instruments and, you know, the band type stuff, they're dorks.
They want to do it.
I mean, that's not like making fun of anybody. I'm just saying, they're band geeks.
And I feel like every person, no matter if you play an instrument or not, you're drawn to a certain sound.
Yeah.
Like we have innately inside of us like this thing that says, I love the guitar, or I love the violin, or this instrument, this sound speaks to me. And the violin spoke to me. And, you know, I had this one student, oh my gosh, I actually passed him on to the Colburn School.
Really?
Yeah. because he came in, he was 3.
Uh-huh.
Almost 4. And he was this tiny little dude, so cute. And he came into the lesson, and his mom said, he practically dragged me here. And she's like, I didn't even know they made violins this small. But he listened to this song. She wasn't a musician. He listened to the song, and now he can play it.
After how long?
She didn't tell me. She just said she got him a violin because he wanted a violin. And so he walked into our first lesson, and he said, Miss Eliza, I want to learn this. And he played bum 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 ba-da-dum ba-da-dum dun dun, the opening to Spring by Vivaldi.
Okay, I know the...
A 3-year-old.
That's
heard
insanity.
that, wanted to play the
That's
violin.
a savant.
Yeah, very much. And we had a couple lessons. I taught him a little bit about... I mean, he had watched people play it, and then he copied it. And for someone that young, that's... I told his mother, I was like, you have a genius child. I would love to teach him, but I'm going to send you to the Colburn School because this is not usual. This is a child prodigy.
Right.
And in my years of teaching, I saw one. So I knew he was special.
That's insane. Well, it's like, you know, I know guitar players who can hear a song once and just go.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't have that gift. I have to sit down and sometimes I'll look at the tab because it's there.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like I can sometimes figure it out, but it just boggles
and especially
my mind.
on an instrument that is like guitar to me is a little bit easier because you have a guide, you have frets.
Yep.
And you also, it's more ergonomically, I don't know how to say it. Like it's just, there's no point in your everyday life where you are going to have the posture of holding a violin.
Correct.
So
except for those bass players that play.
Yeah, exactly. So for a child to watch a video and figure that out, having never done it before, because half of the first year of learning, or maybe the whole first year of learning, you're learning form, you're learning how to hold the instrument, how the technicalities of it, because it is a very difficult instrument to learn. So,
and you wouldn't think that because it's so small.
Yeah, but let me tell you, try and hold it. You'll be like, what the hell is happening?
Well, and you know, and see, and like one of my problems is, I mean, especially with the guitar too, it would have happened with the violin is, I hear Charlie Daniels, I want to be able to play that.
Right.
You know, and that's such a different style from, you know, what you're used to playing. You know?
Well, sort of. I mean, I do a lot of country. I love country, actually.
Well, yeah, and we're going to get into that later. We're going to get into that later because we have kind of an announcement. I guess we can make the announcement.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we can do that later. But, yeah, you hear that Southern fiddle, and you just wonder how that evolved from...
Well, I think a lot of, like, real deal fiddle players. Now, one of my favorite fiddle players is Mark O'Connor.
Okay.
I had a lesson with him once. He is so amazing. But a lot of, like, if you think about the violin versus the fiddle, like traditional violin playing, classical music was written for the instrument.
Right.
You cannot separate the violin from Bach. Mm-hmm. You cannot separate the violin from Mozart. It was written for it, and it teaches you the technique. So if you can play that, supposedly, you should be able to fiddle. But that is not always the case.
No, it's not. Well, I mean, it's such a...
But if you fiddle, you don't have the technique necessary. If you only fiddle, sometimes, I don't want to exclude everyone, but sometimes, like they are mutually exclusive, but they're not. Does that make sense? It's sort of, they're different things. They're different animals. And traditional fiddlers hold their bows differently. There's different, sometimes they shave their bridges down flatter so that they can get more double stops and stuff, which are 2 strings at one time.
Aha, gotcha.
And you can also tune down if you shave your bridge flatter. You can't really change the tension on the bridge.
Okay.
You know how guitar players tune down?
Yep.
It doesn't work the same. No.
So you're saying
This
that
pisses off string players.
good times, good times. Oh, Scotty wants to know if you kept tabs on that young gent. Did he end up going to that school?
He did go to that school, but I haven't talked to them in years. But yeah, he did go to Colburn.
Have you ever thought about reaching out to find out what happened with him?
You know what? I lost that phone. I'm not sure. I mean, I could probably find him.
If you know the name, I'm sure you could find the parents on Facebook.
I'm sure I have. I'm sure I have his contact somewhere. But yeah, at the time I was teaching at the Hollywood Academy of Music on Melrose.
Okay.
And
so that was here.
That was here. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was sort of on my way out. I had a big touring schedule, so I passed off students to another teacher at that point.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I was like, dude, you gotta go to the real deal school. You know?
Darcy also says, shave your bitch flatter. That's what she said. I always appreciate a good. That's what she said, as you know.
Yeah.
So
you do.
At what point did you get Paul first, or did you get Burt Bacharach?
I got
first?
Burt Bacharach first.
And how did that? How long have you been playing with Burt?
16 years.
So you've been with Burt for a long time.
A very long time.
Very long time. And before we get into that, so you were with him when the first. No, I suppose it wouldn't have been yet. I was going to say when the first Austin Powers came out, because I wanted to know if
it was
that
after.
It was after.
It was after. That was like the 90s, right?
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah. I was still in high school. Just to clarify. So how do you get on that radar? So I had a recording session with the music director at the time. He's no longer the music director, but I had a session with him, and he invited me to a show, and then I went to the show. He was like, come backstage, meet Burt, and met the band and everything. I went to a couple other shows, and then I was in my apartment on Hollywood Boulevard one night, and I got a call, and it was Burt.
Oh, wow. He called you himself.
Well, his manager called me and then said, hello, I have Burt Bacharach for you on the line.
That's amazing.
And then it was, hey, I wrote this violin solo. Can you come down to the studio? I'm at Sunset Sound. Can you come down and listen to it? I want to know what you think. And I was like, what?
That's insanity.
Burt Bacharach wants to know what I think? This is okay. It's a surreal world right now. So I was basically in the car before I hung up the phone.
Of course.
And I went down there, and it was him and Alan Sides. And I listened to it, and I said, well, Burt, that's amazing. You know, everything he writes is amazing. And he said, yeah, do you want to play Vegas? And then...
It was that easy.
It was that. And then and the thing is, I never really, pimped myself out as a violinist to him because he never had a violinist in his band before me.
Oh, wow. So you're his only, well, I mean, you've had subs.
He's played with orchestras and stuff, but he's never had a violin in his band. Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. And what was his thoughts after he started doing it like this?
You know, I think the story that I heard is that he went to a party at Barbra Streisand's house, and she was performing with a violinist. And he was like, oh, I should do that.
That's fucking amazing.
I don't know if that's true or what, but that's, through the grapevine, what I've heard.
That's fucking cool. Speaking of sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a guitar player, please check out Beater Amplification, bass players as well. That's 2 E's, beateramplification.com. My signature model, the TCB1, will be available soon. It is a takeoff on what I have in my room right now, in my studio right now, which is, what the fuck is that model called? He just calls it the lucky number 7. I think it's the MK3, something like that. And
my dad has joined the podcast.
Oh, her dad is here.
Hi, Dad.
Oh wow, that's your real dad.
That's my real dad.
I've never met my real dad, so I don't know. So I'm jealous of that. But check out beateramplification.com. My model will be 3 channels, hand-wired, hand-built, 100 watts of testicular fortitude. Pull 2 of those tubes and you got yourself a 50. They are freaking amazing. And there will be reverb on it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah!
Nice.
Reverb! So yeah, check those out. beateramplification.com. Hit them up. Maybe you can get a pre-order in. Maybe you can get yours before I get mine. that would be so the music industry where the customer gets yours before you get yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, Darcy is a bass player, so.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. He's a great bass
so
player.
he can figure out how to run the lights.
Yeah.
My favorite bass player joke ever. Let's do this. Let's take a short break.
Okay.
2 minutes, minute and a half. I think there's minute 45, something like that. So we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Eliza James. We'll get into Paul Anka, and then we'll get into some new stuff. You know, because I want to test the waters. I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see how you respond because I am looking for a co-host on the Izzy Presley show to do this kind of commentary, fun stuff. Where I lose my mind, but it's always nice to have somebody else here. So I don't know. We'll see what that does.
Is this my audition?
This is your audition.
Oh
actually,
my God.
I didn't tell you that.
You
by the
didn't
way,
tell me.
I didn't tell you that. By the way, so it is another effing podcast. And Dad,
hi, Dad.
The Tom Arnold thing is a joke when we get to it. So just laugh because that's all it is. It is another effing podcast with Izzy Presley. We'll be right back in 2 and 2. Rockwood Saloon Authentic Apparel takes rock and roll fashion to a new level with their tees and tanks for men and women. They also make custom shirts, jackets, vests, pants, hoodies, beanies, and more. The Rockwood Graphics Department can design anything from your logo, t-shirt design, promo posters, band swag, and printed at great prices. From tour shirts and custom stage gear to killer threads for the street to the stage, Rockwood Saloon has it all. Rockwood Saloon, authentic rock and roll apparel for stage and street. World tour tested for quality, comfort, style, and durability. Check them out at www.rockwoodsaloon.com. That's rockwoodsaloon.com.
Retro Arcade brings Minnesota and surrounding areas arcade games from the days gone by. All of those great games from pizza joints and arcades are available in cocktail units and custom machines. Dozens of favorites from your youth in one machine to complete your game room or man cave. Retro Arcade also sells and services your favorite pinball machines. Find them at facebook.com/80arcade. That's facebook.com/80arcade. Retro Arcade. Your youth is just one click away.
If you need to promote your band or business, or just want to stylize, personalize, or customize your ride, check out vid-decals.com. Want to create and customize your own stickers representing your band, or make your own bumper sticker? Vid Decals can do it. All stickers are printed on quality vinyl and can be placed on any flat surface. Stickers are an affordable way to promote your band or business. Go to vid-decals.com to get started. That's vid-decals.com. vid-decals.com.
Hey, what's going on? This is Tom Arnold. I like fat women and cocaine. And you're listening to Izzy Presley here on another fucking podcast. And I know Izzy from Cocaine Anonymous meetings. I've actually seen him at the meetings with Ace Von Johnson from, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but Ace has got a bad coke problem. And his sponsor is Josh Todd from, and again, I shouldn't say this out loud, but Josh is his sponsor for Buck Cherry. He's addicted to upskirt porn. And they're both being sponsored by the Eagles. The whole band, the Eagles. Anyways, another fucking podcast right here with Izzy Presley, and call your sponsor. Fucking A.
This was not actually Tom Arnold, ladies and gentlemen. Any regular listeners to the show that knows that, Craig Gass. That is Craig Gass, comedian and impressionist. Craig Gass doing that Tom Arnold impression, which is absolutely hilarious. Really here with funny. Eliza James from Burt, Bacharach and the Paul Anka Band and Quartet 405.
Yes.
So you've been with Burt for 16 years.
Yep.
How does Paul Anka come into the equation?
So I got a call 6.5 years ago from Paul Anka as music director. And to be honest, at the time, it kind of took me by surprise. I didn't really. He said, "Oh, I'm the music director for Paul Anka," and it took me a minute. Like, okay, and then I realized, and he said, "Oh, so we have this gig coming up. It's at this theater in Glendale, and we're beta testing a hologram, and we were wondering if you could come and play."
Wait, okay. Beta testing a hologram of
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, wow. And how long ago was this?
This was 6.5 years ago.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, so they were beta testing a hologram. Steve Wynn was involved somehow.
Okay.
I don't know all the details, but basically they were testing this hologram, and we were sitting in a pit at the Alex Theater in Glendale for 2 days playing My Way. Only My Way. Which, by the way, if you don't know, Paul Anka wrote the lyrics to My Way.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Let me hold on before we move on. What are his thoughts on the Elvis version?
He loves it.
Well, I mean, how can you not?
Yeah.
That was
He was friends with Elvis.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
they toured together.
Can you get Paul on the show? I just want to hear Elvis stories.
Yeah.
No, seriously, get Paul on the show. Funny, little tidbit. In my terrestrial radio days, I was doing how I got into being on the air. It was a show called Under the Covers with Izzy Presley, an hour worth of cover songs.
Okay.
And the last show I had was the day that I left for here, about 6 years ago and change. The very last song I played was Elvis doing
Wow, that's cool.
Because I had complete control, and that was I did it my way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah, so I sat in a pit at the Alex Theater in Glendale and played My Way for 2 days. And then after that, I got a call. You know, everybody in the band was really cool. You know, when you walk into a situation, whenever you're freelance and you go into a new situation, you never know how it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really surprised and excited because everyone was so cool in the band.
Mm-hmm.
John Cross, amazing saxophone player, he's like the kitchen sink guy. He plays everything, including the kitchen sink.
Wow.
Yeah. And does it all amazingly.
So he's the Kotzen of...
He's been with PA we call him PA.
Of course you do.
Yeah, he's been with PA for 35 years or something. But yeah, he's super, super chill, and I love him to death. But yeah, everybody was really cool and had a great time. And then a couple days later, John calls me, and he's like, "Hey, so we were wondering if you could go to Singapore with us."
Singapore?
Yeah, and he's like, "We're doing New Year's Eve in Singapore at this crazy hotel that looks like a boat." Have you seen pictures of that?
I have not. I am going to look it up right now. Actually.
Google Singapore boat hotel.
All right.
Everyone listening, if you Google this, it will blow your mind. It was the craziest hotel it's the Sands Hotel, I think.
Okay. Singapore Boat Hotel.
Yeah.
Jesus!
There it is.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's insanity.
Okay, so it's literally like these... I'll describe it for everyone who's not looking at their computers right now. It's 3 huge towers. They're the tallest buildings in Singapore.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this giant boat on top of it. And on this boat thing, there is an infinity pool. So you can literally swim to the edge of this boat, and it looks like you're just going to fall off the edge. Yeah, there you go. Isn't that crazy?
That is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's really trippy. So that was where my first, after the Alex Theater gig, that was my first touring gig.
Larry Morand, if you are listening, this would be an amazing spot for Monsters of Rock.
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
I'm just saying.
And for New Year's, they do this insane fireworks show. It was
Of
nuts.
course they do.
It was nuts.
Of course they do.
I think it was like the Prime Minister of Singapore was there. I don't know. It was a big deal anyway.
Scotty checking in from Canada. Holy crap, that hotel is insane.
Yes, it is. And I've been there 3 times.
3 times. All of Paul?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's freaking cool. And look, I think the moral of the story is and
answer your phone.
and answer your phone, which I don't, because it's usually creditors. Hey, you owe us money for okay. This is the moral of the story, and Eddie Trunk was talking about this. One, you're not going to be a rock star in your own band. The chances of that happening are pretty goddamn slim.
Yeah,
but
true.
If you practice your instrument and you become very, very good at it by practicing your instrument, there's a chance that you could get into another band as a hired gun, or in the big band type stuff, as part of the orchestra and tour the fucking world.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not only about getting good at your instrument, though.
Well, that helps, but don't be a douche.
It does help. Don't be a douche is probably the number one rule.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to somebody today, my friend Melinda Hale, actually. She had asked a very interesting question on Facebook. And let me see if I can find it. It was something about... It was basically like if your future self could give your younger self advice. And my advice to my younger self would have been always practice, always be productive, always be prompt, hashtag never be late. On time is late.
Very well. LA people, on time is late.
On time is late.
Especially in LA, because a lot of people are...
Dude, if you live in this city, give yourself an hour to go 5 miles.
Yeah.
Seriously. I was in rehearsal today. I'm playing with Danger Mouse and Karen O this weekend at the Ace Hotel. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. Please make those shameless plugs, yes.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday, we're at the Ace Hotel. It's going to be amazing. And I was our call time was 10 a.m. this morning, so I was there at 9:45.
As well, yeah. I mean, that sounds about right. That's when you...
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was the first one there. But, better to be the first one there than the last one there.
And better Danger Mouse than Dead Mouse. I'm not a fan of that techno computer.
I mean, I'd play with...
You'd play with anybody.
I like both of them.
But
I love Danger Mouse. And he's so incredibly talented and such a great musician. And Karen O is so cool. She has her own thing,
I don't know.
She's such an artist.
I'm not familiar.
You got to check out, it's called Lux Prima, the record. They did it 2 years ago, and they just released it in, I think, like March or something. But it's so good, and it's fully orchestrated. But the shows we're doing this weekend it's a string quartet.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Darcy
really cool.
says, I'm going to do this in my Macho Man voice. I always knew Eliza was going to be a superstar.
Oh, Darcy, you're very sweet.
Because now you know that, now that I know your real name is Eliza or Elizabeth,
yes,
there's going to be Macho Man jokes coming at you at all times.
Burt calls me Lizzie.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like I'm 5.
That's awesome.
He calls me Lizzie.
That is amazing.
It's cute, though. I don't
well,
mind.
yeah, I mean...
Burt Bacharach has a pet name for me. It's okay. It's fine.
I see no problem with that at all.
No.
At all. Let's get into your Quartet 405 gimmick a little bit.
Yeah.
How did this whole thing start? And
so, Quartet 405 started about 2 years ago.
Okay.
I had, chamber music to me, like, I love classical music. It's always been my first love. There's nothing to compare playing Beethoven or Tchaikovsky or Mozart. There's nothing you can compare to that. Not the coolest rock concert you've ever been to.
No, but it's a big person show.
It's it's a big person. It's an experience, especially when you're playing it. It's something that to play classical music, it takes such dedication and so much time and so much knowledge that when you can do it successfully, it's very rewarding. It's like in the same category as ballet. That kind of thing. But yeah, so I started playing classical music at a very young age. And I love being in orchestras, but to be honest, it's really hard to make a living playing in an orchestra. There are probably, if LA Phil has an audition for, say, last chair, second violin, there could be over 1,000 people.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah. That apply to go to that audition.
And that's, I'm assuming that's from all over the world.
All over the world. LA Phil is one of the most prestigious orchestras in the world. And just as an example, there can be 1,000, probably more than 1,000 people. And they go through a vetting process. They have to vet your education, who has master's degrees, who has doctorates, so they weed out all the outliers. And then they have blind auditions, and you're actually not allowed to wear heels as a woman because they don't want to be, this was a relatively new rule, but they want to be impartial. So they don't want to know. So you wear flat shoes that don't make any noise.
That makes sense.
The judges are behind black curtains, and you do, I'm not sure exactly how many rounds, but you do at least 3 rounds of blind auditions.
Jesus.
Yeah. And so it's a really, really, really big process. And people practice for years and years to just audition for these orchestras.
Wow.
So it's one of those things, if you have the time and you have the financial ability to not work and practice 9 hours a day, then it's feasible for you.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
So.
Sorry, I can't help it.
You're hilarious. You are hilarious.
Hey, it just sounds like something.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it totally fit.
Jared Heine Hines checking in. Izzy Presley is a prestigious orchestra. I can't disagree with that. And Scotty posted on the Monsters of Rock Cruise Facebook page, listening to Izzy Presley and his podcast, and heard about the Singapore Boat Hotel. First thought was Boat on the Water. Nope. Looks insane. Monsters of Rock 2021. Let's do this.
Yeah, dude.
I love it, Larry.
I want to be on that cruise.
You can go on Mega Cruise with me.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's next month. It's coming out of Long Beach.
Yeah.
Don't have to fly anywhere.
Dude, I've never been on a cruise before.
We'll make that happen. We'll make that happen.
I've never been on a cruise. I've been on a cruise ship once. We were in Puerto Rico with Paul Anka, and we played
nice.
one show. But I've never actually left the harbor. So
Really?
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, we'll have to change that.
Sounds fun.
So continue on what you were saying about not making money being in the orchestra.
Okay, well, so, living in the town of Los Angeles that we live in, it's very expensive.
No. No.
Yeah, so, it's, you have to make a living, and, sometimes the amount of time that you have to take out to get ready for those auditions is, you can't have a regular job. You can't do regular gigs. I mean, you're practicing 8-9 hours a day You're taking less. You're paying someone for very expensive $150 an hour lessons multiple times a week. You know, it narrows the field.
Right. And then, of course, you get asked to play for free at jams.
Right, exactly.
Which we love doing, by the way.
And it's fun. I love the jams.
Oh, I do too.
That's
how I know you, you know?
I've made so many good friends.
Yeah.
Hashtag Izzy Presley. But
that's right.
But yeah, you know, and I also love playing lots of different styles of music. So for me, I would personally love to play more classical music, which is one of the reasons I wanted to be a part of Quartet 405, bringing it full circle. Because I love also being in a smaller chamber situation. You know, when you're in a quartet, every single person matters. If, you know, you are responsible for the music that you play, you can't fake that shit.
No.
not even a little. And we had a concert back in June, and we did the first movement of Dvorak American String Quartet, which was so satisfying and amazing.
Sounds like math.
It's beautiful.
Math, Dad, math. M-A-T-H, math.
If you haven't listened to Dvorak American String Quartet, you should. It's incredible. It's a journey. And it was, you know, it was challenging, and we didn't have a lot of time to put it together, but I think we did our best. We did our best. And we have a new violist now. Her name is Jana Chow.
Nice.
And so we are probably going to do the rest of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Because the thing about music is that, for me, I always need to be challenged.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not challenged, then I'm not growing and I'm not learning. And for me, as a human being, that's something I need in my life. I need to be growing and learning and always making myself a better person and a better musician. And so,
well, I think that's what everybody should be doing. You know, it's like you get stuck in that mundane, you know, 9 to 5, same shit all day, all night.
It's easy to get stuck in.
I know, dude. I know. I'm living proof. You know, I have my schedule. I work from 7 to 5 overnights, and then sleep, and I get up and I watch Days of Our Lives because I have priorities, and then I take.
I thought you were kidding about that at first.
Oh God, no!
You told me.
Oh God, no! I watch it every day.
It's amazing.
Your dad says, if you must get high on Tchaikovsky. That too. And Jared says, is there still room on that cruise? Yes, there is. On the Mega Cruise, you can still get on it. Go to megacruise.com and get yourself a boat. Then we will party to metal. Are you a metal fan?
I am. You know, I am a huge fan. I don't know if you would call them metal, but I'm a huge fan of Disturbed.
But they're, I wouldn't call them metal. They're
my homies. I love them.
I'm sorry, David Draymond annoys the fuck out of me.
David Draymond is an amazing vocalist. FYI.
He annoys me. I didn't say he wasn't a great vocalist. Okay. I'm just saying.
Have you heard The Sound of Silence?
Yeah, I change it every goddamn time.
Well, guess what?
You played on it?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I'm
still not going to listen to it. I love you, doll. But
all right, we'll agree to disagree.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I did the Conan performance that was nominated for a Grammy.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Holy shnikes.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Those guys are so incredibly talented. And I feel like I actually listen to their records when I work out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I listen to them and I listen to Marilyn Manson.
I love Manson.
Mechanical Animals is a great tempo for doing an ab workout.
My favorite ab workout involves beer. Because it gives me an ab.
My favorite thing is to punch a heavy bag while listening to Disturbed. Actually.
Very well. I kind of resemble a heavy bag.
I won't punch you though because I might hurt you.
Yeah, I'm very fragile.
I do Muay Thai.
that sounds painful.
It's a lot of fun. actually. Yeah.
I want to do like the old school, full blown boxing workout, just straight boxing. You know,
yeah, it's great.
Just the fucking, chase a chicken. Chase it. I mean, I do. I do that every night before I go to bed, but that's a different story.
I love boxing, and Muay Thai is great. I have to be careful with my hands, but
Well, I suppose. Well, I do too.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into the news, should we do the announcement now, or should we wait till after the news?
Yeah,
stuff?
do the announcement.
So, I have been talking about this new project that I am putting together, and it's not really a project. It's really more of a actual fucking band. I don't want to call it a project because it's not really a project. And I'm going to be 47 next month, and it's time to put all those chips in. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gone country. I am starting a country band, and on guitar will be Joe Augello, who's been on this show before. And
love Joe.
Joe's amazing, and he's an amazing songwriter, amazing guitar player. On drums is Randy Cook from Smash Mouth.
A genius.
Is a genius, and he's a hoser. He's from Toronto.
Wasn't he out with Dolly? No, he was out with someone else too. Tom Hanks' wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Susan, that's Susan Sarandon.
No.
Who's she married to? I thought she was married to Tom Hanks.
No. Yeah. Anyway, Randy's awesome.
Yeah,
Randy plays with everyone.
On bass is Ben White.
Amazing. Also plays upright.
Yes. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful.
He's a badass.
I'm not going to announce the other guitar player singer yet because, I mean, it's pretty sure it's going to happen, but we're not.
Yeah.
But, she sounds like she's in.
And I'm playing fiddle.
And she is playing fiddle. I love this. And she can sing.
Yep.
And I'm rather excited. It's going to be all original. We're going to write a record and just see where it goes.
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
Fuck yeah, man. I am rather excited. This Ron J says, hi, all. Marilyn, sure. All right.
Hi, Ron.
Heine Hines, how do I go back 30 seconds? How old are you going to be? I'm going to be 47. Rita Wilson.
Rita Wilson, that's right. It's
Thank
Rita
you.
Wilson.
And apparently she's Bulgarian. I did not know that.
I had no idea.
That is
but
wild,
that's very
wild
cool
stuff. So we're going to get into a little news here. And we're going to see if this will work.
We could try.
We could try it. Here, let me do this. I think it's this thing. You know what? Hold on. If you open that door right there, there's another set of
All right, I'm opening the door.
Opening the door. Nothing will fall out. Nothing's going to bite you. Don't worry. On the floor, there should be another set. They're not the greatest set, but so he said. But we'll see. Maybe this will work. Because this... Oh, shit. Where'd I put it? I just had the goddamn thing.
It's right here.
Ha-ha!
There you go.
Because this came off of this. Maybe that's why. Maybe I just have to buy another attachment.
Oh, wait. I hear you now.
Oh, look at that.
Hey.
Look at that. Ron says,
What's up, guys?
I'm from an Irish mother. I'd like to be sent back for free. There you go.
My mother is from New Jersey. And my father is from England.
Oh, okay. So obviously Matt Fuller is listening.
Hi, Matt.
He just texted me. A young Rita Wilson was the third cheerleader in the Brady Bunch episode when Greg had to choose between Marcia and his new girlfriend. I did not know that.
How the hell did you know that, Matt?
He's a savant.
Yeah. Matt and I go way, way back.
Matt's a great dude.
We have had some amazing times. And Matt, I'm sorry I haven't been texting you about hiking because I was at Muay Thai the other day and we were doing push kicks on the heavy bag and I kicked the bag wrong. And you're supposed to keep it in the air.
Okay.
But I was really fatigued and it came too close to me and I bent my right foot backwards in a way that you're not supposed to bend your foot. and it hurt a lot.
That sounds painful.
Yeah, it's. I have, Dad, if you're listening. I have a brace for it. I think I lightly sprained it, and I'm really pissed too because I've been working out like every day. Matt's kicking my butt at hiking, and man, it's just such a setback when you screw up your foot, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I totally get it. Ranji says, we white people are all colonialists. Whatever that means. But yeah, I guess he's not wrong.
You're not
He's
wrong.
not wrong.
You're not
And let's see. You should write a country song for 2020 about a country singer whose self-driving truck leaves him for a trailer home. That would be funny.
That would be really funny, Dad.
And Matt actually says, I have a weird memory for obscure pop culture. And speaking of the Brady Bunch, so last week,
you know, you can drive by the Brady Bunch house, by the way.
Oh, they're doing a total remodel on it for
really?
HGTV.
Oh,
they're like, yeah, I've seen the commercials and all that stuff.
Oh wow.
So Thursday night, once a month, I do this show because you had a gig, so I wasn't able to get to your gig, and you weren't able to come to my gig because we both had shows.
Yes.
It's called Punchlines and Backlines, where we have like 6 comedians plus myself and my co-host and co-producer Courtney Cronin-Dold, who's a big Kiss geek, which is why we're friends. But we take one musician, and the musician has to do stand-up comedy for the very first time.
Oh wow!
So if
That's
you ever want to try
shit.
that, I'm not opposed to having you do this. But this is the thing.
Oh my God!
So the musician performs like a set at the end of the comedy, but in the middle of the comedy, they have to do stand-up for the very first time. And this time we had Robbie Rist, who was Cousin Oliver on the Brady Bunch. He's an actor, but he's also a musician. And Robbie was great. Robbie was fucking hilarious. He had never done stand-up before.
Wow. That sounds terrifying to me.
But I tell you what, once you
like
do it, it's like, it's a drug.
Yeah.
Once you get up there and people laugh at your jokes, but like Courtney will sit down with you and help.
Oh, so you help. Oh,
yeah,
okay. I'm
yeah.
just like I'm picturing like you just pull. You're like, hey, you play the guitar. Get up here, tell some jokes.
Well, I mean, it's funny though.
Terrifying
Like the people that we've had, she hasn't really had to rewrite anything.
Wow.
The very first one was Jason Christopher, bass player from Prong.
Okay.
Who is hilarious as he is. Patrick Kennison was the next one. Then we had Marty Ross, who was on the New Monkeys TV show in the 80s.
I don't remember that show.
Yeah, I don't either. And then we had Robbie. We had Genocide from Paradise Kitty, and she was great too. But Courtney hasn't really had to rewrite anything. She's like, well, fuck, this is great the way it is, and she didn't have time to, go over Robbie's stuff. And Robbie was great because all he did was tell stories.
Right.
But he made. That's how he is, and he's such a natural on stage.
Well, that's interesting though, because I feel like as a musician, I mean, you're an entertainer, right? But usually you don't talk that much,
right? Unless you're a lead singer.
And even then, a lot of lead singers don't talk that much,
right? Well, the good ones do.
I mean, so for instance, I went to see Hank III years ago. Do you remember? May he rest in peace. My good friend Dave Brocky.
Yes.
From Gore.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love Dave. He was a great dude.
He was one of my best friends. And so years ago, we went to see Hank III at the Whiskey. And we were totally stoked. It's going to be a cool night. And we get there, and totally dark. No lights on stage. He said nothing to the audience. The only thing that was lit up on stage was his guitar with like green LED lights.
Wow.
And he played in the dark the entire time. And now while that sounds cool, like, oh yeah, that's like artistic.
Right.
Like
It probably wasn't very entertaining.
No, we looked at each other and Dave and I were like, what the fuck is this? like why did we come here? We came here to see him. We came here to hear him, and he didn't do anything. So I think there's a fine line between being artistic and talking and, relating to the audience. Like, for instance, Anka, and Burt. Burt is a funny dude.
I would love to interview him.
Dude, he is. Oh, we're playing Saban Theater.
Nice.
You gotta come.
I would love. When?
December 13th.
Okay.
We just confirmed today.
I'm there.
Yeah, Saban Theater, Beverly Hills. If you haven't bought tickets, if you want to see Burt Bacharach, I mean, you should. He's 91. And he's amazing. And our band is amazing. And you will sing along to every song. Whether or not you realize that you know songs by Burt Bacharach, you do.
It's got to be the same with Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but PA is really funny. Like, he plays off the audience. There's a song that I sing with him called Having My Baby. And it's like from the 70s, I think.
Okay. I think you've played that for me before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I sing it with him. And the lyrics, my part, I'm a woman in love and I love what it's doing to me. I'm a woman in love and I love what's going through me. Yeah. So it's, it's a famous song from the 70s. We'll just say that. But, people will yell out things from the audience because Anka makes people feel like they're in their own living room. Like, they can just say anything, do anything, give him anything backstage. Oh, trust me, I've got stories about that. And they'll just yell things out like, having my baby. And he'll be like, well, I certainly hope not.
That's hilarious.
But he's always got a comeback. He's so fast with it. He's got great comedic timing. And that's something that I feel would translate into being a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
However, like, not having, I guess because I'm an instrumentalist, like, when I don't have my instrument in my hands, like, I feel like Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights when he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. What do I do with my hands? And they're like, put your hands down. And he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Well, and that was the thing with Robbie is, like, he was uncomfortable doing the stand-up thing, but when he got up there to do his acoustic set, he had shit that he's been doing for years.
Yeah.
Like, he did Chevy Van, but he had a whole comedic story that went along, like, in the middle of the song and all the stuff. And it was like, boom. It was like, boom. He was just on.
When you have your instrument in your hands, that's your comfort space. That's where you are comfortable. So as long as I have my violin, I'm good to go.
Well, it's funny, though, is everybody that's done it, they now want to start doing stand-up comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a disease.
It is. It really is. Ron checking in. I know he's taking off, but
hey, Ron.
He saw the ad to rebuild the Brady House. I saw that show on TV when they were new episodes. Yep, as we all did. Follower number 314, Ron. Thank you very much.
What's up, Ron?
It is not a nightly show. I usually do 3 shows a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Tonight is a weird, fuck it, we're doing it on Wednesday.
You know what? It's weird because it's my fault.
No, it's my fault too.
Because I was in rehearsal all day with Danger Mouse. So.
Well, it's also my fault, too, because I got hammered on Monday night on Labor Day, and I needed to take a nap, and I needed to work last night. So
Monday night, you know what I did? It was so exciting. I watched Netflix.
That's right. I texted you on Monday night. You're like, yeah, I'm in my pajamas on my couch.
I was in my pajamas on my couch, dude. You know, that's sometimes you got to do it.
So
I had 3 gigs and a recording session from Friday.
Damn.
I recorded 2 songs on Friday, sat in traffic for 3.5 hours, had 2 gigs Saturday and a gig on Sunday, and got home at 2 o'clock in the morning on Monday morning. So, yeah, I was pretty spent.
That'll do it. That'll do it. So, so basically, where I was going with this is we kind of have an announcement with Punchlines and Backlines. I guess we now have offers from Nashville and Vegas to do the shows up there. So,
nice.
Let's get into a couple news stories before we bounce. I mean, it's 9 o'clock. We've been doing this for an hour, but we can squeeze a little bit more out. This story comes from Australia, and it's why we all hate vegans. And your father being a doctor, he should know a little bit about, like, I think veganism is it's really an eating disorder. If you think about it.
I think it's something that appeals to a certain...
Right, and it's like this, it's like...
I tried it.
It's like a weird cult religion for people who don't have a religion, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. It is... Yes, I agree with that.
And, I mean, look, if you're a vegan, that's fine. Just don't be a douche about it.
Just don't try to convert everyone.
Right, and talk about it constantly. And meat is murder. Blah. It's a shut.
Don't post photos of cow fetuses on my page.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this comes out of Australia, and
cow or human, please.
Yeah, exactly. Or dogs, or cats,
or anything. Dead baby, anything. Please don't.
So this story came out of Australia, and this event is happening on my birthday, October 19th. So the day after
That's my mom's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
See how much we have in common? Isn't that amazing? And so basically, right after getting off the mega cruise, we're just going to have to fly to Australia to go to this party. Because apparently, pardon me, this lady sued her neighbor because she's vegan, and she didn't like the smell of barbecue, meat or fish, and cigarettes and kids bouncing basketballs. So she sued her neighbor. But, I mean, it's basically because she's vegan.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
She sounds like a treat. She sounds like a blast. So
don't they sue her for being a douchebag?
Yeah, exactly. So on October 19th, that person that she sued is having a party, a barbecue party, and
they should have a bouncy castle. They should have a bouncy castle and invite 100 children.
Oh, that would rule. So
it would be amazing.
And she's from Perth, and my idea is like,
I know Perth.
It's like, go to Australia, go to this amazing party, eat some meat, and annoy her because she looks like she's
bring 100 children.
Bring 100 children, and I could find my combination of Elle Macpherson and Olivia Newton-John and marry her. And, I'll be set for life.
And get Australian citizenship.
And that, too. Or we could do it here so she can get whatever. But let's listen to her, since now you can hear this.
Okay.
Let's listen to this gal. And I haven't listened to this yet.
This is crazy.
I can imagine she sounds like she's a treat to deal with.
Mm.
A Perth vegan has taken her neighbours all the way to the Supreme Court, demanding they stop smoking, bouncing balls and even cooking barbecues in the backyard. Scylla Carden says she'll do anything to get some peace and quiet.
I'm going to say this before we move on. Not this guy, but the Australian accent is so hot. As a straight man, I would cuddle with an Australian guy for hours just to hear stories about the Outback Steakhouse.
But a judge says her neighbours haven't done anything wrong.
Good!
This isn't your average neighbourhood dispute. It's a battle between a vegan and meat eaters, a health-conscious massage therapist and the barbecuers next door.
They've put it so you smell fish. All I smell is fish.
Scylla Carden is vegan and she's fed up with the meaty smells coming from over the fence of her Girraween home.
I can't enjoy my backyard. I can't go out there.
She's also furious at cigarette smoke wafting into her yard, so angry she's taken her right for a fume-free existence all the way to the WA Supreme Court.
Do you think they're doing this on purpose? Oh, absolutely. Of course they are.
Look, this is why people hate vegans. Because they're like this.
That's, you know what, I don't hate anyone.
Right.
Like, eat what you want. In fact, I was vegan for 2 years. It was really hard to do because being on tour,
right,
it's really hard. And if you are like seriously vegan, you don't wear anything that involves animal products. You can't drive a car. Yeah. Oh. If you're vegan, you can't drive a car because there are no cars that are animal product free.
Right.
There are animal products that are used in, so you can't eat a lot of vitamins. I mean, Hey, Dad, tell us about the vegan-friendly cars.
Your dad is now officially known as Dr. Dave.
Dr. Dave.
Dr. Dave.
Why don't you tell us about how vegans can't drive cars?
He also says there's a recognized eating disorder that makes people want to eat abnormally right, which is called orthorexia.
My dad is like the smartest person you've ever met.
Dad, do me a favor and no pony boots.
Dad, what are the animal parts that are used in cars?
Dad, we could actually, if you have an iPhone, we can call you.
We could call him. We can call him.
I can call him through the computer.
Can we call you, Dad? Are you there?
Dad, Dad, does he have an iPhone?
I think so.
Hold on, let me do this.
Hang on. Let's get my dad on the phone.
Let's get your dad on the phone, and let's keep listening to this while we're doing
it's
this.
Deliberate. That's what I said to the court. It's deliberate.
And the smell is just the start of her complaints against two separate neighbours on Rochford Way.
They've just banged the wall at any time when I've been sleeping. Then their kids with their basketballs, just banging and it vibrates this part of the house. It's been devastating. It's been a turmoil. There's been unrest. I haven't been able to sleep.
It was thrown out of court, and despite the anger, the neighbours just want to be left alone, declining an interview, telling us they want to keep the peace. One invited us into the backyard to show he's even removed the barbecue and told his children to stop playing basketball.
Going to the Supreme Court is an extreme option.
The other neighbour, who also wanted to be anonymous, said in a statement Ms Cardin's demands were proven to be not reasonable and indeed were to the detriment of the other owners' ability to enjoy their lots in a reasonable and acceptable manner.
But the legal battles aren't over just yet. Scylla Cardin is vowing to return to court to continue the fight against her neighbours.
If you're having a dispute, the first step is you should go next door and try and sort it out face to face. Because if you don't do it that way, you're going to be up for a world of misery.
Exactly what I've wanted from the word go is to live my life in peace and to get on with my life.
Elizabeth Creasy, 9 News.
All right, hold on. We are calling Dr. Dave in a second here. Phone call.
We're calling my dad.
Hold on. This thing is being a douche. No, cancel that. I'm not calling. Well, I don't know whose number that is. Not optimized. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going to try this again.
All right, we're calling my dad.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Okay, hold on.
I love my dad. My dad is the coolest.
I got to mute this while she tells me the number again. Hold on. I've got to do this.
Dad, we're trying to call you.
We're going to call you in a second, Dad. Just hold tight. Downloads.
In the meantime, tell us about vegan leather.
Yes, tell us about vegan leather, Dad. Vegan leather. Okay, hold on. Do this.
I don't know why.
Date added.
I've always been curious as to why, if you're creating like a non-meat product, why you would call it something meat related. You know what I mean? Like beyond meat.
Yeah. Well, look, and this is the thing. And I heard Vinny Tortorich, who's been on the show many times, and he has this great documentary called Fat, a documentary which I think everybody should watch.
I think I saw the beginning of that. Yeah.
Dude, it's amazing. And it's not part of it's about why people have gotten fat over the years, but a lot of it is also about why we need fat, why we need to eat fat, and how healthy fat is, and how our bodies are meant to, run off of that. And they get into like the history of veganism and how it started and all that kind of stuff. And it's not like a rip on veganism at all. No. It's just the truth.
I have no problem with being vegan. Like I said, I was vegan for 2 years. And because I don't agree with the way that we treat the animals that we eat
Mhm.
in this country, I don't think it's appropriate. I mean, number one, like, if you've driven through Central California and halfway up the 5, you have to roll up your windows because the stench is so disgusting.
That's what we call fresh country air.
It is so gross. And you look out your window and you see all these sad, like, just depressed animals shoved into these little stables, and it's really sad, and we shouldn't treat anything like that. You know, I'm a firm believer of, like, if you are going to, you know, eat lamb, let the lambs run free in the fields. And the lamb will taste better anyway.
Dr. Dave says, rice farming causes the death of small animals in the water. I did not know that.
My dad is smart.
Your dad is smart.
I told
Okay.
you.
Okay, so we are...
Just warning
hold
you.
on. We are going to mute this again. I'm going to mute this again, and she's going to give me the number so you guys cannot hear the number and call Dr. Dave at any time that you want. All right, so hold tight. Okay. All right. It is ringing. It is.
Hello.
Doctor.
Hi, Daddy.
Dr. Dave.
Yeah. From England.
From
but
England.
I can do a really good Australian accent if you'd rather me talk like this all the time.
I find the Australian accent a little bit more nasally than the British accent.
Yeah, I think you're right, but you know, the nose is a wonderful thing. If you block your nose entirely, you can sound like you're from Liverpool, you know.
Ah, yes. Well, I mean, the different English accents, that's a whole hour-long conversation.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing,
actually. As it is.
That's groovy, you know. But I was listening to that lady from Australia, and she said, "All I can smell is fish." And I thought, you know, maybe perhaps later there's something biologically wrong with you. Maybe you should go see a doctor about that.
No, I love that. I mean, this is why people, like I was telling Eliza, this is why people hate nut job far. It's like they're like the far left. It's like they're just like absolutely. We're not going to get into politics. Do not worry. But like vegan is the full blown nut job vegans, and I have a lot of friends that are vegan. Being in LA, of course. Fuck, my guitar player in ACK, Alex Kane, is a vegan. You know, but it's like I don't give him shit about it, and he doesn't like preach about it. You know, it's like, dude, live your life and have your fun.
It's the preaching that is the heart. That is the part that turns people
I
off
can understand
about it.
that.
Most things.
And I have patients on a regular basis that really want to lose weight and get their life together. And I say, you know, if you don't want to worry about what you're eating, just go vegan, and you can eat the quantity that you want, and you'll lose weight, and you'll improve your arteries. But there is a point where you're going to need vitamin B12.
Yes,
and that's pretty much an animal source, although some people will argue that there are bacteria that can be engineered to deliver B12, and then they don't want GMO.
Right.
So,
right.
You know, so you have to have give and take, and you're not going to be perfect in any single philosophy that you follow. There will be some imperfection, and you'll have to live with that. But I will not preach now, okay?
No, I think that is a very, very good point, Dad. And, you know, moderation and everything. You taught me well.
Yeah, you're not going to get it right down the line no matter what you try. There's going to be somewhere where you don't follow the philosophy entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, what the heck? But anyway, so, I knew my daughter was going to be famous when I saw her pick up the violin.
This man is responsible for my entire life.
Oh, you taught her violin?
No, I didn't. I'm not a musician. My wife is not a musician. This is an entire act of genius.
Oh, well, thanks, Dad.
I know. I what can I say? I brag about you. But we went gung ho with the violin. We bought her a Suzuki brand violin, and you know what? It didn't squeak. Every other kid's violin squeaked, but not hers. And then we found out it wasn't the violin; it was the player of the violin.
Yeah, that's actually a big thing. The player. Yeah. They can stop the squeaking if they're good. Yeah. If they're good. Dr. Dave, I fucking love this. This is the first time we've called a parent of one of my
I
guests.
have the coolest parents, man.
I love this.
I have the coolest parents. I do.
Just wait. Go ahead.
Oh, no, carry on. Say nice things about me. I like it.
We will. No, we will. Just wait till you hear the country stuff that we are working on. It is going. I don't know if you're a country music fan or not, but I think you're going to like it just because your daughter's involved. But I think you're going to enjoy that. And do me a favor. I don't know if you've seen this documentary. Now, I'm not sure if you know the name Vinny Tortorich. He's a no sugar, no grain guy. He's got this documentary that's out. He's been on the show like 4 times, and the documentary is called Fat, a documentary, and it's basically about how we've gotten fat over the years. And it's not like you have to go keto. It's not that, but it's explaining why we need fat in our diet and how this whole thing has evolved into what we're looking at now as a society, food wise. I think it's very interesting. I think you might enjoy it. And Dr. Drew's in it, and we love Dr. Drew.
Okay. Well, dietarily, if you could do just one thing, cut out high fructose corn syrup.
Yep.
Just get rid of it from your life. You don't need it. If you just kind of eradicate it, you'll eat better food by default.
Yep.
And it really is bad. They lied to me in medical school.
No.
They lied to me. Yeah. I went to a lecture about 3 months ago that said 1/3 of everything you learned in medical school is wrong. But they told me in medical school that fructose was converted to glucose in the digestive tract and you absorb the glucose. Well, they lied to me. Fructose, if you overload your body with fructose, you just cannot cope with it, and you get fatty liver.
Yep.
And it's as bad as drinking yourself to death, really.
Wow.
Wow, that's insane.
All right, I'm not eating any processed foods ever again, Dad.
Well,
you got to text me these things, man.
Well, my problem is I drive Lyft and I'm poor, so I have to go to McDonald's. I need the 2 for $3. That's all I can do.
Izzy, make yourself chicken.
You know what you could do? You know what you can do? If you pick one day a week and you cook yourself some chicken, however you like it. Fried,
he makes good
roasted.
chicken.
I make amazing chicken, but it's full of sugar.
And then you just roast vegetables. You cut, coarse parsnips, carrots, whatever, vegetables that can be roasted, not potatoes, just other vegetables. Roast them in the oven and roast a whole bunch of them. And you eat the chicken and vegetables, and you because you have a variety of vegetables, you don't get bored.
Yeah.
So you don't cheat.
Yeah. See, my problem is I'm more of a steak and eggs type of guy.
What do you think about cholesterol, Daddy, and eggs?
What do I think? Eggs are good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In moderation.
Well, I tell you what, look, and I think there's some stuff you might learn from this thing, because there's a lot of doctors that are in this, and they talk about cholesterol and how we've been taught wrong about cholesterol. And so I mean, just check it out. It's called Fat, a documentary. You can find it on Amazon, and you can find it on iTunes, and I think Vimeo.
Okay.
You get on Vimeo. You rent it on Vimeo.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do this. Watch it, and then let Eliza know after you watch it. I'd love to have you back on to hear your thoughts.
Yeah,
Sure,
Dad.
I'd
You can be
happy
the
to do
medical.
that.
You can be the official medical consultant for Izzy Presley's.
And then, you know what? Maybe I can get you.
be the consultant.
I tell you what, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I could probably get you on Vinny's show, and Vinny has like 1 million downloads a month.
Do I have to talk like Vinny to be on Vinny's show?
Well, he doesn't sound like he's the typical Italian guy because he's from Baton Rouge. He's just old and he's pissed off and he has a voice and it's amazing. So
is he a Cajun?
Yeah, but it doesn't really come out in his voice.
Okay,
but he's very smart.
Yeah, you know what they call inedible?
No.
Inedible. The definition of inedible is anything that can outrun a Cajun, because a Cajun will catch it, kill it, and eat it.
Oh,
That's
God.
amazing.
I love it. Dr. Dave,
Thank
you so much.
Thank you, Daddy. Love you.
Okay.
Let's talk soon.
Good night. It's 2
All right.
hours later than you think.
Yeah, I know.
Love you, Dad. Bye.
That was awesome.
My dad is the coolest.
Your dad's great.
He's
and honestly,
so cool.
and I would love to have him on after he
He's
watches
so
that
smart,
documentary.
dude. He
and
is.
I would love to. I mean, I'll get him in touch with Vinny. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, Vinny gets 1 million
All you have
downloads
to
a month.
do, if you want podcasts for the next 6 months, all you have to do is ask my dad about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
All right.
He is a leading expert on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What is that?
It has to do with hyperextension of joints
and
and stretchy tissue.
Oh, very well. All right, cool.
Yep.
Well, Eliza,
we've taken this podcast in a whole new direction.
we could sit and talk for hours.
Oh,
and
we totally
I'd
could.
love to have you back on. And
I'd love to be here.
I'm
15 minutes from your house.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, when you're in town, I mean, if you want to be my second mic on the Izzy
down.
Presley show, let's fucking do
I
this.
passed my audition.
You
what?
passed your audition.
Oh my God.
Dr.
I
Dave
got it.
Arg, I've gone live.
Dad, you're great.
You were amazing. Actually, no, pause that. Let's pause that. People want to find you. You had some shout outs.
Yeah, I got some shout outs. I am endorsed by Remic Instrument Microphones, a company out of Denmark. They're amazing. Check them out. Also, I'm endorsed by D'Addario Strings and NS Designs Electric Violins. And am I forgetting anyone? Oh, JH Audio. Awesome in-ears. I'm performing with Danger Mouse and Karen O this weekend at the Ace Hotel in LA. And then I'll be on tour with Paul Anka. We leave the 12th. I think our first show is the 13th in Biloxi.
In October?
September.
Oh, September.
Yeah, next week.
Oh goddamn.
I go on tour next
Goddamn,
week.
son.
Yeah, I'm in Biloxi, I think next Thursday or Friday. And then I'm back. My Quartet 405 is at Quartet 405 on Instagram and Facebook. And we are performing with Lori Lieberman, the woman who was the original writer of the lyrics to Killing Me Softly.
Oh, very
We're
cool.
performing with her on the 21st at Apogee Studios.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, there's so many things. So many things. But you can check me out, Eliza James, VLN, like violin without the vowels, on the Facebook.
And the Twitter.
And the Twitter.
Very cool. Scotty says, this has been an awesome show. Thank you, Dr. Dave, Eliza, and Izzy. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
I appreciate
Thanks,
you
Scott.
including me in that, Scotty.
We had a good time.
Oh, we did.
We always have a good time, though.
Oh, yeah. We have a blast together.
No.
Just wait till we get on the cruise.
Oh, my God. I'm going on a cruise.
All right. Let's hit the outro music. Why is it not?
And
Oh, there we go. It helps if you have the volume up on the actual thing, so that helps. Check out Eliza James. Check out everywhere she is going to be. Go see her on tour with Paul Anka and Burt Bacharach. And also, please make sure you guys check out all the great sponsors like A&P Productions Laser Engraving. They're so good they can laser engrave a hot dog bun. And I'm not lying. That's how good they are. And John Palumbo Design. You have a website. You have a business. You have anything. Hit up John Palumbo Design. We love us some John Palumbo. PayPal is izzypresley@yahoo.com. If you don't want to click on the link, you can just send me money, and say, Izzy, you're doing a great job on the show. We appreciate it. And it's expensive in LA. We want to help out. So there you go. And buy T-shirts. Real Izzy Presley all the way across the board. Twitter, Instagram, and the Facebook. And look out for this new country band.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I'm thinking Wildwood Johnny.
I like that. It's a good name.
I have ideas.
All right.
I
like your ideas. Let's do it.
That was cool. Don't forget, my name is Izzy Presley, and what I lack in talent, I do make up for in cock. This has been another fucking podcast.